Today we are continuing our mini experiment series where we keep taking a distinguishing feature about a player in Football Manager and we keep putting two teams with a polar opposite distinguishing feature against each other and seeing who wins. Last time out, if you didn't see it, we did the tallest versus the smallest players in Football Manager. This time we're doing the fastest versus the slowest. Hello and welcome back to the TomFM channel. I hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's experiment. We've got the two managers lined up in the fastest and the slowest teams in Football Manager, and we're going to find out who's going to win. If you're looking forward to this one, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me. Would massively appreciate that. And of course, if you've not yet already subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do. Apparently 40% of you guys aren't subscribed when you watch a video. So make sure you do click that subscribe button, click the notification bell so you don't miss an upload, and I'd love you forever. If you missed last episode where I explained things a little bit more, there's a link on top of the screen right now. However, the premise is very simple. We basically just take the fastest players and the slowest players, put them in two different teams and play a match. So let's just dive straight into it. What I've done is I've taken the slowest players in each position and put them into this Burnley side, which was once Burnley. It's now the slowest team in Football Manager. It is important to remember that I've gone for the slowest players in each position, not necessarily the slowest players in the game whatsoever, because it could be 18 goalkeepers who are all very slow. In the interest of trying to keep it relatively balanced, I have gone for the slowest players in each position, so each player can actually play their position relatively well. What we will find out though is that pace really does actually make you a good player, apparently, because the players in here, from their current ability, I can't get this line any further away from the actual numbers, so it's a little bit blurry, you can't quite see it particularly well, but as you can see from the current ability, none of these players are particularly good. 200 is the maximum current ability and these guys are sitting below 50. As you can see, some of these players have a blistering pace of 2, which is very impressive. But there is a real mix of players. We've got some players here who are 52 or 43, but other players who are 21, 18 or 16. Weirdly, there are 5 players from Norway, so maybe Football Managers just don't like Norway, or maybe everyone in Norway is really slow. But speaking of Norwegians, the 52-year-old Sven, let's have a quick look at his career, because I'm just impressed as a 52-year-old here. He started playing professional football in 1992, 5 years before I was born. He's been playing, for 28 years professionally, and only got 383 appearances. That seems very low for 28 years playing. That might be why he's still playing football. If he's not made that many appearances each year, then he just can still keep going. The goalkeeper Dylan Parry as well is pretty decent too. He's Welsh and has played in Wales his whole career, again, since before I was born. I think the one player here that you may have heard of before is Chris Corns. He did start his career off at Wolverhampton Wanderers, then played in non-league for a little while, and then by the looks of things had a big break between 2012 and 2018, came back with Worcester Raiders and is now playing for the slowest 11 in the Premier League. So not really a great bunch of players there, I must say. The fastest team is, well, a lot better. Welcome to the fastest team in Football Manager, featuring players such as Adama Traore, Inaki Williams. We've got Vogt on the bench, Van Aanholt on the bench, Kingsley Coman on the bench as well. Obviously, a lot of English people out here may have heard of players like Tyler McGlone, Bradley Garmston, Caden Jackson plays for Ipswich. I think a lot of players in this team are pretty well known. Valverde playing from Real Madrid as well, So playing as well. Like, it's a really decent team, this one. He actually could compete pretty well in the Premier League. Maybe not Tristan Cook actually, he's got 9 current ability, but most of his team could do alright, you know. Weirdly, we had 5 players from Norway in the slowest team. Well, this time we've got 2 players from Norway in the fastest team. Tristan Cook is one of them, and Jonathan Karaku with 20 pace is the striker. He's not particularly good. He's played his whole career so far in Norway, but has got a lot of pace apparently. Obviously, we don't need to go through players like Traore or Inaki Williams because people know all about those guys already because they are already top tier players. The right back, Kingsley, I believe he's played quite a lot in the Eredivisie and just moved to Cologne in real life as well. So a lot of people might know him who aren't from England. But you can already tell from the pace and from the current ability of these players, this team should be winning easily. So it's time to jump into the game between these two sides. Obviously, the slowest team is Burnley, so they're in that claret and blue, and the fastest team is Brighton, or was Brighton, so they're in the blue. And if we just adjust the camera angle slightly as well, so we can actually see this properly, camera height low, camera zoom in. Right, we can see things better now. The slow team are currently in possession, and I'm very interested to see the difference in pace. I mean, you can already see the difference in pace. I mean, To be fair, I don't think the fast team are really using their pace much at all. I mean, they've scored the goal early on there, very, very quickly, on a counter-attack, which I think we'll see quite a lot of. But I don't think Williams was actually using much of his speed there. I feel like the slow players are running as fast as they can, and I think the fast players are only running just a little bit faster than they need to. It's a bit strange, actually. I do have the game pace on the normal game pace I play on my Let's Play videos and on stream and things like that. But the slow players are so slow, it does look like the game is being played in slow motion a little bit. Williams puts the ball forward to Adama Traore, and again, he's just got the pace to get in behind the defenders. So what I might do actually is bump the speed up just a little bit so I can actually see them move a little faster as the slow team are looking to come forward. They lose possession immediately, and I'm just expecting to see plenty of counter-attacks from the fast team. Williams uses his pace a lot better there and can't score, but they're going to create so many chances like that, I think, if they can keep getting in behind the defence. It's not quite as amusing as the small team and the big team from last week. That was just so funny to watch last week because there was such a huge height difference in between the two teams. This time, again, the fast team coming forward, again, they get another goal. So they really are making the best of the pace. We're only 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in, it's 2-0 already. This could be a long day for the slow team unless they can get something back in this game. 7 minutes on the clock now. And again, it's been cleared. And the pace is being used, and look how much space they've got. I mean, no one can get back in time, and the keeper can't even get back to... If he was a better striker, he might have scored a hat-trick there. Fortunately for the slow team, the highlights have relented for 10 minutes or so. There's now another chance now as Adama Traore gets a goal for the fast team. Highlights straight from the kickoff. This really is going to be a long day for the slow team if this keeps happening. Williams again is through from the back, again puts it through to his... I mean, this striker could have had 4 goals by now. Corner out for the fast team. Corners are a bit interesting. I didn't expect them to really have much of an impact on the game because there's no sort of difference between height or heading or anything like that. But the pace again is just too much for the slow team. 4-0. Free kick for the slow team into the middle, which is cleared, and a counter-attack is coming. It's the counter-attacks that are just so dangerous. Adama into So in the area, hits the post. I mean, this... We could be seeing, if they got a bit more accurate with their shooting, it really could be 10-0 before half-time. They've missed 2 sitters. They've hit the post once. If they'd gone the back of it, that'd be 7 inside of 30 minutes. Adama Traore to make it 5. Makes it 5. Karakou gets his hat-trick. And again, if they'd scored those 3 other chances, that would be 8-0 in 30 minutes. Now, obviously, the current abilities do have a lot to play in this. Potentially in the future, what we could do is just normalise everyone's current ability to be like 100, straight down the middle, and the only real difference is pace or something like that, as it's 6-0. But I do quite like the fact we have just found these slowest, these fastest players, and their current abilities kind of reflect that attribute, and how important that attribute might actually be in-game, as well as they've nearly made a 7. Of course, we are going to try and fill out the whole Premier League with some different features. So we have the tallest and the smallest so far, the fastest and the slowest. Let me know in the comment section down below any more ideas you have for the other teams in this division. We'll get to all 20 teams having different attributes or different features about them. And then once that's happened, we'll put them all in a league together and actually simulate that league and see who comes out on top, as it's now 7-0. I mean, this really could have been 10-0 in the first half. I'll be honest, I think you kind of get the picture now. I don't really feel the need to show every single goal in the second half now, otherwise we might be sat here for hours. Just know that Williams coming forward might be about to make it 8-0, as Garmson's cross can't make it into the middle. Are the slow team? No, they're not. I thought they were going to get a counter-attack then. They're not getting on a... It's disallowed, but it's just too easy for them. It's far too easy. Chance for the slow team. It's not a chance for the slow... It's not a chance again for the slow team. It's cleared easily. Here come the fast team. Adama Traore runs past everyone, chips the keeper. Will we now get to 9 goals? It's another great save from Parry. Now that was a real save. Corner for the fast team into the middle, cleared only as far as Valverde. McGlone on the ball, back to Valverde, back to Cook. Cook to put this one across the box. He has, and it's cleared only as far as Collett. Valverde, I feel a goal coming. Come on. I want it for the slow team though. I really want the slow team just to get a consolation goal. But no, the ball over the top again. Adama wins a penalty this time. They actually catch up with him, but they trip him up in the process. So it's a penalty to be taken. Who's taking it? Valverde taking it, the CDM. scores it. I must say, actually, the slow team, they are doing a stellar job in the second half. It's only 2-0 in the second half. They could win the second half potentially if they get their act together a little bit, but those balls over the top are killer. Parry is doing everything he can. You know, he has made some good saves today, Parry. Right, the slow team are building out from the back. I believe in them. I really believe in them. Let's get a goal. I just want them to score one. But they're not going to do it by pumping balls forward like that. But they do win possession back and then lose it because they're too slow to react to those second balls. As Williams across the... It's 10-0. 10-0. Parry, though, the goalkeeper, he's conceded 10 goals and yet he's on an 8.1 rating. I mean, that just shows how instrumental he's been. It would be a lot worse without him in goal. So much worse. And there's another good save. I actually can't believe that. An 8.2 rating he's on now, despite conceding 10 goals. That's mental. That is absolutely mental. Now, come on, slow team. Let's get the ball forward and score a goal. But they can't do it because they're just too slow to react to anything. As Adama Traore in the box again, across to the middle, 11. Despite that, though, I've just seen Parry's rating go up to an 8.3. I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know how his rating keeps going up. I'll be interested to see what his stats are come the end of the game for him to have an 8.3 rating despite conceding 11. As, again, he's made another big save there. I'll be honest, I think I found a new hero in Dylan Parry here. An 8.3, 8.4 rating keeps flickering between the two. I love him. I've just seen as well 50 shots the fast team have had. 50 shots, which might suggest he's made 39 saves. He can't save that one, though. It's a good goal from Valverde. So the full-time whistle has gone. It's the fast team 12, the slow team 0. I'll just do his team talks very quickly because well, it doesn't matter really at all, to be fair, because we're not going to play this again in this version of the game. But the slowest team, let's go to the slow team. Let's have a look at Dylan Parry. Reports form. He just got an 8.3 rating where he made 24 passes, 16 saves. That's what he made, 16 saves. Despite conceding 12, 16 saves. He held 5 of them, parried 6 of them, and tipped 5 of them. All shots from very, very close range as well. He made no mistakes as well. I mean, despite conceding 12 goals, no mistakes. There's no other bits of analysis that we can really... He made 1 interception on the edge of his area, so a bit of a sweeper keeper as well by looks of things. But no other real analysis. So he just had a good game making many saves, but also conceding quite a few too. So that brings us to the end of today's experiment. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Leave some comments down below for some other ideas for this particular kind of mini series of experiments, and we'll try and make some of the best ones into the game as well, which will be good fun. Thank you very much for watching today. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.